Hello, I'm Mike, and today I will be showing you my journey to the top of the tallest mountain in Kyoto called Atago-san. So you may ask, why am I doing this? Well, currently I'm studying abroad in Japan and I'm taking an interesting class about pilgrimage, and as a part of this class, we have to go on a spiritual journey of sorts, and for me, I decided to go to Atago-san. So, as a part of the pilgrimage, we actually walked to the mountain from where I'm currently staying in Hirakata, Osaka. I felt like walking to the mountain would add another level of difficulty because I already love hiking. And to make this pilgrimage extra special, I wanted to go to the tallest mountain in Kyoto and actually walk there. And yeah, it added a lot to the experience, as we'll see. Just left Yui on the way to Kyoto. We're walking there to Mount Atago, to the top of the mountain. Here we go. Walking along the river, just on the other side of this golf course. We're gonna go all the way to Kyoto along this river. And here's one of the mile markers that we will see along the trail. So at this point in the trip, it was my first hour or two into walking along the river, and I did not know what I was in for, as it would be very grueling, but more so rewarding in the end. So a really cool and unexpected aspect of this trip was actually that it was Sakura season, and about 2 hours into the walk, as we got closer to Kyoto, we would see more and more Sakura sightings with many festivals, and it was great to be able to see the trees in bloom during this great experience. When you're really tired and have been walking for many hours, your environment really has more influence on you. And for me, during this trip, I really thought about beauty in Japan and how Sakura is seen as one of the most beautiful things is only here for maybe less than a month, and it just shows that everything comes and goes and you got to enjoy it while it's here. We've got a big boy right here. I think he might have broken a leg. He's on the trail, the pilgrimage trail as well. He's on a journey right now. Now this may just seem like a normal beetle, but at this point in the walk I was really tired and decided to take a break, so just hang out with my friend Doug, which I named him, and yeah, I hope he's okay. His leg looked a little broken, but he was on the pilgrimage trail and so was I, so we're equal. It's a local farmer making a living. Beginning of the new season. So those may look like flags, but when you zoom in, they look like crows.
They're dead crows, man.
Dead birds. I wonder why that is. I'll come back to you with an update. So I looked into it, and the point of the dead crows is just a deterrent for other crows to steal crops, because in the countryside, many crows wreak havoc on the local farmers' crops, and this will help a little bit, although it is very sad to see just walking by and see many dead crows. So right before we reached Kyoto City, there was just a lot of beautiful Japanese old school architecture, and for this 2 hour stretch of the walk, I really just enjoyed looking at all the buildings and just thinking of how different it is from home, and you really soak it all in when you're tired and it's a long walk. I'm not on my phone. I'm just enjoying the environment. So there's a river on both sides of this island, and funny enough, there's actually a little farm on it, and I thought it looked really cool. So yeah, it's a little hard to see, but this really fascinated me, how it was like a little small island in the middle of a river with two streams on each side, and on this small island was a little farm, and it's just really cool to see that. I didn't see any bridge getting to the island, and I was just wondering, it doesn't look like anybody lives there. How do they work there every day? But it's a mystery. So I probably spent a little too much time looking at this island, but that's the beautiful thing about pilgrimage, to where I took 2 days, one weekend, just to do this trip. And something small like this, I wouldn't be able to fully take in my day-to-day life, especially when you're really tired of walking, you want to take a break. It really influences you more, and you could think about it in a more creative way. So if I ask you, what's the first thing you think of when you think of Japan, your answer probably isn't farms or anything to do with agriculture. You probably think of the big cities or pop culture, manga, anime. Although when you're just walking through the countryside, you really see how the farms are everywhere. It's not all just big cities, and I don't think we stop and appreciate the farmers enough. and just see how much of an integral part it is to the culture. In any society, we all have to eat, and we need to give the farmers a little more love. So after going through the farmlands, we eventually got closer to Kyoto City, and there was another Sakura festival. And it was really beautiful just to see all of the people enjoying the beautiful trees. And here we have a beautiful waterfall on the river and a nice little duck. Hey, buddy. And yeah, it was really a great, unexpected flair to the trip that all the Sakuras were there and like the whole community was there. There was a lot of old people, and they are the nicest people you'll meet. And it really added an extra element to the trip. Finally, we're at Kyoto City, and Kyoto is such a beautiful city, especially in Sakura season, and you can really see that in these videos, how it's so lively, everyone's out. A lot of the young girls are dressed in beautiful kimonos, beautiful dresses, a lot of couples, everyone's having a good time. And yeah, I mean, I was really tired at this point in the trip, but just seeing everybody having such a great time really energized me to push through and get to the mountain. So after we made it through the city, we actually went through the bamboo forest, which is another very unexpected twist to this trip, which I've always heard of the bamboo forest in Kyoto, and that's really beautiful, although I've never seen it until this trip, and it was really unexpected, and it's really a true spectacle when you go through, and it's only bamboo as far as the eye can see. So now that we made it out of the bamboo forest, we're actually really close to the hotel we're gonna stay at for the night. Only because we've been walking all day for 8 hours, and just to hike the mountain itself up and down is around 6 hours, and I'm exhausted, my feet hurt, and I'm really glad that we did walk because it made the trip the next day that much more harder. And for me, that's an important thing for a pilgrimage, just to be a little bit more vulnerable and more open to change and just to take it all in. And when you do a lot of aesthetic practice and you're really tired, this is a lot easier and you can really take in a lot more from the trip. So now we're finally doing it. We're finally walking towards the mountain. This is the next morning. That's my walking stick. Nice piece of bamboo I actually found at the front of the entrance, and I feel like someone had used it before me and left it. So on my way back down, I put it in the same spot, and I hope someone else picked it up and used it. It was a great walking stick. And yeah, here you can see the little waterfall right outside the entrance of the mountain, and here we go. So just on the other side of that river you just saw is the actual entrance to the mountain, and as you can see, there's a torii gate right at the entrance, signifying that it is a holy mountain. And as we'll see, there's a lot of shrines on the mountain and a lot of religious symbolism. So this mountain is actually for fire prevention. What that means is by climbing the mountain, you actually get some spiritual power, it's believed, to be less likely to get in a fire accident. So in Japan, the lucky year numbers for kids are when you turn 3, 5, and 7. So during one of these dates for their birthday, a lot of families will bring the young child to a mountain like a Tago-san to have this power going forward in life. So on your screen now is actually one of the little artworks they have for fire prevention on the mountain that I thought was really cute. And there you go. So here I'm at the beginning of the journey, first couple stairs. And I didn't realize it, but as you keep climbing so many stairs in a row, you'll never think so deeply about stairs. Like some of them are wood, some of them are stone, sometimes just a dirt path, and like it's amazing how that even got there. Like who lugged all of these stone and logs all the way up the mountain for this? It's really fascinating. So this is the first real good view we got on the trip, and we just took 10 minutes and soaked it all in, and there's definitely many more to come. The boys are tired. I think my buddy over here, he's taking a nap. Where is he? Yeah, he's taking a nap. He'll be okay.
So currently at number 25 of 40 with checkpoint, making our way up the mountain. It's hard to see the view from here, but we're making our way. We're making our way up the trail. Towards the top of the mountain, you see a little town down there in between the mountains. Looks like some farms. Beautiful. Made it to 40. We're at the top now. Explore a little bit up here and come with some beautiful views. Here we are. The final staircase to the top. Yeah, when you're this tired, this long staircase, when you can't see the top of it, looks a little scary, but we're almost there.
So at this point, we're finally at the top. Everyone's exhausted. I don't think my feet have ever hurt so bad in my life, but we did it. I think I had a lot of great thoughts during the trip that it provoked, just being so tired and without any technology, just walking with some friends, having good conversation. But by the time we're at the top, I couldn't even think. I just wanted to just sit down. I did it and just soak it all in. As a part of this journey for pilgrimage, I left my necklace. My mom gave me Southern Italian horn. Very common in Italy. To look over this beautiful view on top of Atago-san. So here we are, finally making our way down the mountain. And me and the boys definitely bonded a lot. We had some great discussions. We tried to go down the mountain as carefully as possible. We're tired. My friend twisted his ankle. Nothing serious. He's all good now. But yeah, it was just a good time to just reflect, think about the trip. And just for some closing thoughts, I really thought a great part of the trip was not being on our phones so much. We were all tired. We just had a lot of great discussions. And yeah, even if you don't want to go on a pilgrimage yourself, I would just suggest not using your phone for a day and just have a great time with your friends, because we definitely bonded a lot and it was a great time.